What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva. I hope you are well. I hope you're having an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you're thriving and you're absolutely smashing life in a positive way. But today, I want to ask you a question. Why is the world in such a mess? Why is the world in such a mess? Let's talk about it today. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. So today, I asked that question, why is the world in such a mess? Well, here's my theory. My theory around it is the world is in such a mess because it's how we view the world. We view the world through our own eyes. So what we see is a reflection of us. So when we see that the world is a beautiful place and it's abundant, it's full of health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, well, that's because our lives are in health, wealth, abundance, prosperity. So when we're not feeling or when we're not experiencing what we should be or what we want to, we're seeing the world for what we are personally experiencing, because this is the world that we live in. We're here to have a human experience and to find love. Remember, I always say this. We're here to have a human experience and to find love. But in that journey, you're going to experience all sorts of emotions, all sorts of beautiful things, chaotic things, fearful things, resentful things. So there's always going to be something good, something not so good. But these are just part of our experiences. So when I hear people saying, oh, life is so crap and, this is the world that we live in, the world's a mess. It's only a mess because of you. It's only a mess because of us as a collective. And I'm not blaming one person in particular, but what I'm saying is how you're experiencing life at the moment is a reflection of how you see the world. So if you want to change how the world is, you need to change yourself. You need to change you. Because at the moment, especially, we're living in a lot of fear. There's a lot of things happening. It has been happening over the last few years. And it seems to be one thing after the other. There's a lot of propaganda, a lot of media that constantly push fear. They're constantly pushing fear. They're constantly pushing destruction. They're constantly pushing, scarcity. They're pushing everything that sits underneath that negative, fearful energy, which is very, very low vibration. Now, if you want to experience something that's high vibration, that's full of health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, you need to switch away from that. You need to remove yourself from that situation and place yourself in a position of positivity, of love, of abundance, of health, wealth, prosperity. So the world will only change when you change, and you have to change first and foremost. You have to change first and foremost in order for the world then to vibrate, for you to receive the things that you want to receive in life. And look, I'm speaking from experience. I used to see the world as a mess. Things are chaotic. I used to hate the world. I used to always question, why am I here? This is crap. Now I look at the world as, wow, this is such an incredible place. It's full of abundance. It's full of opportunities. It's full of love. And we see it all the time. Why? Because I've raised my vibration. I've changed my way of thinking. And I've reconnected with my mind, body, spirit, because that's what I am. I'm a mind, body, spirit complex. So I've reconnected to everything I want to feel and experience on a daily basis. So when you do that, things start to change. And if you want things to change, even with the people that are supposedly calling the shots and running the world, blah, 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 it's because we have allowed that to happen. No one has put a gun to our head and said, well, this is how it's going to be, or else. We have freely have agreed for things to happen. We have freely allowed these things to continue. And look at history. When these things happen, what happens afterwards? Humanity, humankind, men, women get together and they say enough is enough. Why? Because they find that higher vibration within themselves. They start to question the narrative. They start to question that things aren't right. Things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Why? Because deep inside you how things are supposed to be. We're not here to suffer. People aren't here to starve. We're not here to kill people innocently. We're here to thrive. We're here to grow, to learn, to develop all the time. All the time. And yes, these experiences are a part of it because it's teaching us to make sure that we are always connecting to love. We're always connecting to what we really want to experience. And sometimes these challenges are what pushes us to where we want to be. So these challenges that are happening at the moment is getting you out of your comfort zone to get you into a place where you want to live the life you want to experience, and you want to live in the world that you want to experience. So if you want to change the mess in the world, start by changing your own mess. Start by cleaning your own house. Clean your side of the street, and everything else falls into place. Then as a collective, we come together and we change the world. We change things. We make it better. We make it more positive. We make it more abundant. Because when people say, oh, it's scarcity, it's rubbish. We live in a huge planet that we haven't even fully discovered. And yet we have been led to believe that there is scarcity, that there are negative things, that the world, the climate's changing. It's all rubbish, because we're being manipulated and controlled freely because we're allowing ourselves to be put in this place. And it's making us feel uncomfortable because we know it's not true. But you will only see your true when you connect with it. Connect with that, and the world will start to change, and together people come together and they make the positive changes that needs to happen in the world, so the world can continue thriving, it can continue evolving. And that's how we evolve. We evolve as individuals, then we evolve as a collective. I hope that makes sense. I hope you took something from this. Hopefully you take action in your personal life. Once you start to do that for yourself and you start to live the life you want to live, and there are zero excuses. You cannot make excuses, because you don't need money. You don't need anything in order to change your personal life. You need action. You need to take action in mind, body, and spirit. And once you start to do that abundantly, everything else then comes to you. Take it from somebody who's experienced it, and he's constantly experiencing it. Have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal today. It is everything that you are. I say it every single time because it's true. I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care.